A rod of length L and mass m is free to move on a horizontal surface, frictionless horizontal surface, and it is moving with velocity v as shown in the figure. So end B strikes end of wall, and they have given like it is elastic impact. So what is the angular velocity of the rod immediately just after the impact? Okay, so elastic collision. Okay, so we can say initial kinetic energy will be equal to final kinetic energy, and number two is angular momentum. Momentum will be conserved, so here angular momentum will be conserved. Okay, so the point of impact, if you consider the point of impact, then their torque will be zero. Okay, we can consider like that. So angular momentum also will be conserved. So first case, we will take initial kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy. So first thing, if we consider initial kinetic energy is half mv square is equal to linear kinetic energy. So kinetic energy can be considered like initial kinetic energy is equal to, after impact, it is going to be linear kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy. Linear kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy. So half mb square is equal to half m v dash square plus half I omega square. So v dash is the velocity of center of mass, and omega is the angular velocity of rod about center of mass. So initial kinetic energy half mv square is equal to the kinetic energy of, that is linear kinetic energy of center of mass plus rotational kinetic energy of the rod about its center of mass. We can write like this. So half mv square is equal to half m v dash square plus half ml square by 12 is the moment of inertia, then we can give omega square. So half, 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 then all these things will get cancelled out. We will be getting v square is equal to v dash square plus L square omega square by 12. So this is, consider this as equation 1. We can consider this as equation 1. Next point is angular momentum is also conserved. Angular momentum is also conserved. So we can write like a angular momentum of center of mass about point of striking is equal to linear momentum into its perpendicular distance. Okay. Okay. So we will equate the angular momentum. Okay. So mv into L by 2. So this is nothing but initial angular momentum, of center of mass about the point of striking. So this will be equal to mb dash L by 2. this is linear linear momentum in terms of angular momentum. We will be writing like that. Then I omega. So I omega is angular momentum of rod about center of mass. So any motion can be addressed like a combination of linear momentum and angular momentum. Any motion can be considered like a combination of linear momentum and angular momentum. So that is why this initial angular momentum is equal to, this is linear and this is angular. Okay, so we will deal this when we can we substituting the value of I, we'll be getting like mvl by 2 is equal to mv dash l by 2 plus ml square by 12, ml square divided by 12 into omega. So cancelling all these, we will be getting v dash is equal to, okay, cancelling m, l by 2, the 12, all these things we can cancel out. We'll be getting v dash is equal to v minus omega l by 6. So we need to substitute this equation. If this is 2, then we need to substitute 2 in 1. 2 in 1. So first equation is like a v square is equal to v dash square plus L square omega square divided by 12. So here we need to substitute this. This was the first equation. You can see v square is equal to v dash square plus L square omega square divided by 12. Substituting in this equation, which value? V dash. So if we do that, v square is equal to v minus omega L by 6 the whole square plus L square omega square divided by 12. Okay, expand this using a minus b square formula, and further again whichever one omega will be cancelled out, another omega will be staying back there. So just solve this, we will be getting omega is equal to 3v divided by L. So this is the answer. Omega is equal to 3v divided by L just by solving this equation. Okay, thank you students.